dudes.
Hey, hey, Anthony, do you like my new shirt?
Sure, man. It's cool. Could have been better.
What was that?
I said it could have been better.
You want to fight about it?
Yeah, I do. Let's go, chump. Hold on a second. We don't need to fight.
We don't?
All you need to do is go to 86.com and choose from one of their many designs. Franchises range from Skullgirls to Street Fighter and even BlazBlue. And if you check out 86 through this Twitch channel, use 86.com/AFF=4 to let them know that Mission Star Podcast sent you.
Now from one segment to the next.
Oh, this is gonna be fun.
Oh boy.
Now, Greg, I know you're gonna want to jump in on this one, so just.
Well, the way that we've always done Why You're Wrong is if there's other people that want to talk, we let whoever's hosting. Well, it was me.
I will let you come in at the end, but I have a feeling you're gonna want to.
I might say something. I don't know. We'll see.
Mm-hmm. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. So. We've now come to the point where we are at the end of the podcast, and that means one thing. It's Why You're Wrong with Alex.
So, we spoke about subscription-based on Xbox, PlayStation earlier on in this podcast, which is great because it segues perfectly into the subscription-based gaming. Pay once for playing all you want. Pay once per month, play every game you want. This sounds like a great fucking idea, right? For example, Google's version, pay $9.99, play whatever fucking AAA titles are on there. A lot of people are doing things like this. Apple has one for their for the store for their apps. Google is working into one called Play Pass. So Apple has Apple Arcade. Google is looking into Play Pass. EA Sports already has one. Microsoft Xbox Game Pass. So, there is quite a few of these out there. It's a great thing, right? No, you're fucking wrong, and here's why. Look at fucking Netflix. Let's use Netflix as our example right now. It took 20 years for Netflix to get to where it is. I know, Netflix has been out there for 20 years. Congratulations, you're fucking old. Get over it. 20 years for Netflix to become the giant monolith it is for streaming. Look at what everybody is doing now in that industry. We have Disney coming out with theirs. We have Hulu, who Disney actually acquired recently. We have CBS getting their own. Everybody is coming out with their own streaming platform, splintering it to the point where people are going from, hey, I don't need to have to worry about pirating things. I don't have to worry about having a cable subscription because I can just stream it online and I can pay a nice easy fee, maybe one or two things, and that's it. Now it's starting to splinter to the point where people are literally going like, why the hell am I doing this? I'm just going to fucking pirate it. We're going to have the exact same situation happen if people are not careful with the gaming industry. If they are not careful and they do not allow to have those titles on different streaming services, you're going to see it splinter to the point where it's just fucking useless. Because you're going to have everybody in this walled little garden, and there's going to be no crossover whatsoever, and it's going to defeat the entire fucking purpose of these types of services altogether. It's one of the reasons why Xboxes and PlayStations and Nintendos are great and all, but the Google model might actually be best if they can continue to get those exclusives to put on their fucking system. Because if they keep getting the exclusives where everybody else is stuck with only their exclusives, Google might actually come out on top on this one. And lo and behold, that would be fucking amazing. That's why you're wrong, because you hope that it's all going to work out perfectly well in the end.
Okay, so I don't entirely disagree with you, believe it or not. However, I don't think that the service model is bad. I think what's going to happen, how I view it, and the same thing like you said with the Netflix situation, and all these companies coming out with their own pay-for service, It's all going to depend on how, like, the exclusives that they get, how they do like Disney Plus, for example. Personally, paying for Disney Plus seems like a fucking no-brainer to me because I get Disney Plus, Hulu, and one other thing that I don't remember the name of. That to me is awesome. I get all that. I get all that in one little nice, neat little package.
ESPN Plus.
ESPN, thank you. Yeah. That's if I watch sports.
Which, by the way, ESPN Plus is the only place you can actually see the Octagon fight for MMA now.
There you go. So,
just throwing that one out there.
Yeah. So my point is that I think people in general need to be smarter with their money in terms of which ones they get, because you're going to want to get the ones that give you the most service for the bang for your buck, the biggest bang for your buck. To me right now, when it comes to these like online, like with the video game stuff, easily Xbox is the most bang for my buck. If it turns out, and I have a good enough PC, that Stadia is the biggest bang for my buck and it works, then...
Wait, time out. I'm going to stop you right there. That's the whole point of Stadia, is that you don't need the good PC. You just need the good internet connection. You could get a fucking Chromebook and play this shit. It's literally played in your browser, and their end takes care of all of the heavy lifting.
That is true. I did forget about that. Well, and then, it comes down to other things. But point is when it comes to the paid-for services like you were talking about with the video stuff, you absolutely want to pay for what... Like, I canceled DC Universe because I thought there was going to be a lot of rad content on it. There wasn't. There just wasn't. And I didn't enjoy what I paid for, so I canceled it. And I'm not going to pay for it again. I might do a free month if I actually want to watch Young Justice. But then again, look at all the sites I can go to that I can get it and not have to actually pirate it.
Okay, if you're streaming it for free on a website, that's still a form of pirating.
I didn't say it wasn't.
Just saying, it's not pirating because you're not downloading it, but it's still pirating.
That's why I use
quotation. So any impressionable youth out there, it's still fucking pirating.
It's still stealing. I'm not saying that's not. It's just not you having the evidence on your computer directly.
And your ISP can't find out.
They can if you're stupid about it.
No, actually, no. ISPs are not allowed to actually see the website itself that you're going to right now. So all they see is you streaming. They don't see what you're streaming or where you're. They can see where you're streaming it from. So like China or Taiwan, but they don't know what you're streaming. You could be streaming something completely legitimate.
And if you get a VPN, they even further can't see that.
Yeah.
Anyway, I just think that you're right. You have to be careful. They have to be careful. It's going to come down to which service is best for you. Which service do you think is going to be worth your time and money? I think that people in general need to be careful about that too, and not just the video game industry.
Well, and I think specifically, like I said, for the video streaming services, they are looking to splinter it to a dangerous degree. If they're not careful, it's going to backlash on them very easily. Because it's like, okay, yeah, the Disney Plus is a good deal because you're getting all these other things. So like Hulu and Disney Plus are together, plus ESPN Plus. Okay, that hits a lot of marks. But if you start looking at, like, before that deal came into place, before Disney acquired Hulu, it was going to be Disney Plus, Netflix, Hulu, CBS All Access, like all HBO Go, Showtime, all of these things are all over the place. Whereas 5 years ago, 6 years ago, it was Netflix and Hulu.
Yeah.
Where it was, there's two, and people didn't want to pay for two, but they were willing to pay for two because there was different content. Netflix was your movies, Hulu was your TV. We understand this. It's all okay. But we're starting to get to this point where they're splintering it so heavily that you're going to start running into a situation where people are not going to want to do that, and they're just going to go to, Put Locker and watch shit.
Right. No, I agree with you. I totally agree.
I could see that happening with these, like, streaming game things. Depending on how prevalent they become. Like, for example, the Microsoft All Access, gives you online access to Xbox Live and everything like that. Okay, that's one thing because it's just something that's on top of it. It's an over-the-top service. It's not a full streaming service. But as soon as people start seeing, like, hey, it's making money, we can do that. We can do this. And you have to watch them be very careful of them actually going into that whole thing. What we're seeing here, where it's we can make more money if we do this because they are.
Well, and I'm going to say something even further to that. I don't want to use the word fear per se, but the idea that they're going to fuck it up and that the more game industries are going, or more video game companies are going to start doing their own service in that fashion is absolutely going to happen, especially if Stadia is a success. Yep. It's going to happen. We're going to see the same shit we're seeing with these media services as we are seeing with the game services, but there is the inverse to that where we're seeing this new thing with the media ones, the video media ones, where they're making mergers now. So that way, like, you know, again, Disney Plus, Hulu Plus, and ESPN Plus are no longer different things. They're all going to be one. So that's the kind of stuff I want to see more of. That's what I want. That's what I want them to do. If Netflix really wants to compete with Disney Plus, they need to acquire CBS, so that way I can watch Discovery on fucking Netflix.
They can't afford to acquire CBS. I'm going to be straight up there. They can't afford that shit. Do you know how much CBS is worth?
A metric fuck ton. But I'm just stating that if they were to able to do that, that would be a good way to counteract them, or maybe like make a deal with Warner Brothers of some kind. I'm just stating like if they like. The competition is great. I want to see the competition. I don't want to see just one company dominating it. I don't want to see just like two companies kind of just competing with each other. I want to see multiple companies competing. Because at the end of the day, that's good for us and we'll get better deals.
Yeah, so I agree. If we see the gaming community come together and like Voltron that bitch together and be like, look, all of our fucking libraries will be available to you if you subscribe for this, I agree. That could actually fix the issue. I'm just worried about the fact that we're not going to see that because of publishers. Not because of the game developers, but because of the publishers.
Yes, agreed.
Right. I don't, and I'll say this. I don't think we're going to see it for a while because of the publishers, but there's a chance we could see it years from now.
I think we will see it with the indie developers first.
Really?
I think the indie developers will be the first people to do it.
We're already kind of seeing that with indie developers and Microsoft.
Yeah, well, we're seeing it with indie developers in a lot of different ways. For example, and I know people hate it, but Epic's Game Store, they're giving games out for free if you go to their service. We're seeing Microsoft giving out these games for free and stuff like that. So we're seeing hints of it. But what I'm saying is, I think we're going to see 10, maybe 15 years down the line, we're going to see indie gamers come together, form like basically the UN of indie developers, and say, hey, pay us $20 a month, have access to all of our games. Whether they're good or bad, they're on there. The entire library for all of our games are on there. And it's a great way for those companies to be able to make some residuals as well, rather than trying to sell the shit all the time.
Damn. That'll be a hell of a move.
I think it's something we could see happen. Like I said, it's going to be a ways down the road, but I think that is going to be the best path forward for indie developers.
Time will tell. Just saying, one of those platforms that you see some indie games grouped up to in a subscription service type of way is Humble Bundle, which you can use the link below this video to check out and subscribe and give us some money at the same time.
Fucking shill. Fucking goddamn sellout motherfucker. Jesus Christ.
I just needed to put it in there. But with that being
said, I had to tee that shit up just right. I didn't even mean to. Fucking Christ.